Good day, everybody. Today our lesson, closely linked to the previous one on plagiarism, will be on referencing. It flows from plagiarism in that today we discuss referencing in line with plagiarism. We are saying if you reference properly, you will avoid plagiarism. And we're going to discuss briefly how you do referencing in the proper way. Right, basically these are the tips which make you reference properly and make you avoid plagiarism. Avoid shortcuts, be scholarly, acknowledge, be smart. It's simple, just reference it. We're going to be discussing the Harvard referencing style. Yeah, you know that in different fields of study, different types of referencing styles are prescribed. If there is no explicit prescription of any referencing style, the Harvard style will be used for HSS. First, we're going to be looking at the basic tips. The first part of a Harvard reference is the in-text citation, where you acknowledge the sources you read. In text, here you reference in between the text. Use author date and page numbers if applicable. Consider the flow of your writing when choosing how to include the citation. Right, the first one there, Eddie explains that children with developmental coordination disorder often struggle with mainstream education, from page 25. That is the year. And then the next, and then we have the next. All are in-text referencing styles. We have quotations. Use quotation marks, the ones provided there, and page numbers to indicate a direct quote. Short quotes can be included in your own sentence. For example, continuing professional development allows people to build on their knowledge and skills to develop their level of competence. That was taken from Alsop, 2000, page 64. Longer quotes should be indented and in a separate paragraph. For example, evidence suggests that the popularity for alternative medicine is growing according to Dimond. It was his work of 2004 in page 378. As you can see there, we used tab. We clicked tab on our keyboard to indent, to move away from the margin. That is for quotes which are longer. Avoid overusing quotations. It makes your work monotonous and boring to read. Paraphrasing. Present an idea or argument in your own words. Ensure it is significantly altered from the original to avoid issues of plagiarism. Just changing a couple of words is not enough. When you paraphrase, you don't change words. You read something and then you rewrite it in your own words, still making the same meaning which is prescribed, or the meaning which is available in the source that you read. Paraphrases relate to specific sections of a work, so it is good practice to include the page number as you would with a direct quotation. Effectively preparing patients by dealing with questions, setting goals, and making the patient feel involved in their care can significantly reduce post-operative anxiety and may have a positive impact on the subsequent recovery. That was Lee's 2010, page 11, paraphrased. You see, there are no quotation marks there because we paraphrased. We rewrote in our own words, although we acknowledge where we took the thing from. Always remember to acknowledge where you took an idea from. If an idea does not belong to you, it is not your brainchild. It has to be referenced. Summarizing. A brief outline of the main points of a work without going into specific details. Generally, summaries relate to a whole work or to a large section, so are much less specific than paraphrasing. As a summary potentially covers most or all of a work, it does not require page numbers to be given, as they are for direct quotations and paraphrasing. Secondary references. Where the passage you are referring to is the author's own reference to another work, you are relying on their accurate and unbiased reproduction of that work, so it is much better to locate the source and read and reference it directly in your own work. If you cannot locate the original, secondary reference it by the following examples. The first one, in the body of your text, cite both works. Oh yes, this one. You are reading something, but then the author referred to somewhere else. You are citing that you read it from this one, which idea was adapted from another source. If in your end list reference the item you have read, yes, in the last reference list, the one that you do at the end of your writing, you have to cite the one that you read specifically. If I read book A and it makes reference to book B, on my reference list I'm going to have book A because I read book A. I did not read the book B where the idea was adapted from, but in your footnotes you cite both, or in your in-text referencing you cite both. At the end of your work, include a list of references. List in alphabetical order by author. Do not separate into different types of work. The following slides show how to reference correctly. How to reference a book. A book, you first start with the surname and initials of the author. If it's two authors, cite both their surnames and initials. If there are more than that, you cite one and then cite and others or et al. And then next follows the date of publication. Next follows the title of the book. Then last, the publisher. First we said author's initials and surname. Next is the date of publication. Next is the title in italics. And then last is the publisher. How to cite an ebook. An ebook is an online book. The difference here is that you're going to add the date of access and the URL address. Firstly, you start with the author's names and initials. If there is one, put one. If there is two, you put two. If there is more than two, put one. And then cite the others as et al. Then first it will be this initials and surname, year of publication, and then it will be the title. Title is always in italics, third edition, and then the publisher. Just like in our ordinary book, you have a publisher. Then here you go the extra mile of adding the URL address and the date of access when you access the information. Remember, our information is not static. It is forever changing, especially internet sources. They are updated. So you have to tell us when you got the idea so that if it changes, we are aware of the time when you took it. We also move on to journal articles. Journal articles, you start with the author. Same rule applies to author, year of publication, article title. The article title. Remember, in a journal article, in a journal, we have a lot of articles by different people. So from the year of publication, you're going to give us the article title, the one that you read, maybe by M. Ncube. Say article title, Naskitros fiction in present day South Africa. That's going to be the article title by M. Ncube. And then the general title is where you find that article, where Ncube, amongst others, wrote and put their work in that general article. So the general article here is the one which is going to have italics. Remember, in books, the title of the book was the one in italics. Now, general article is now the one with italics, not the article title. And then you have the general information, which is the volume number and the pages from which Ncube's document is contained. Next, you move on to an e-journal. An e-journal, the difference is that it is an online journal, unlike the physical journal that we have been discussing a few seconds ago, just preceding this one. Here, from the page number where you locate it, you go the extra mile like an ebook. You give us the URL address and when you access it. Otherwise, there is actually no difference. We also go on to citing a web page. Web page, I know it is the most popular source that we students tend to use and overuse sometimes. We have authors. Authors may be an organization, or it may be a person, it may be a company by which someone who wrote is an employee of. So you cite that one first, then the date, publication, and then the page title, and then the website title is the one in italics. And then you give us the access information, URL address, and when you took it from. Remember, it is a web page. It constantly changes, or constantly gets updating. So tell us when you took it so that we know when. Thank you. This was our lesson on referencing. If you adhere to all the above mentioned or aforementioned requirements of referencing, you will forever, and I repeat forever, avoid plagiarism. Keep calm and have at referencing it. Thank you.